Hi everybody. Hey, today I want to talk about healthy eating for a healthy life. Probably some of the things that I've done right, some of the things that I've done wrong, and then I'm going to follow this all up by just a general update on my health. So welcome to my channel. I'm David. On this channel I talk about my health and health difficulties, being a 55 plus person, and just some of the difficulties that I have. So healthy eating. And I'm going to be honest, I was never a healthy eater. I never really cared. I never thought about it. I was one of those guys that was maybe lucky that I could just eat or drink whatever I wanted, and things just sort of worked out and just happened to make sense. Nothing affected me negatively or positively necessarily. I just filled my belly and moved on with life. Little did I know that the entire time I was probably wrecking my metabolism with just the sugar, the carbs, and the alcohol that I was eating. And I know more about diet and just healthy eating than I've ever done before in my life. I've ever known before in my life, which I'm happy about that, because hopefully I'll be able to get my whole metabolic situation turned around and things will start making sense, and I'll have a better foundation and just a better framework of how to eat healthier. So I want to talk about eating healthy. I mean, the first worst thing is carbs. And I know that there's a million influencers and people on YouTube talking about eating eating carnivore or ketovore or eating, I don't know, just vegetarian. I think there's a lot of influencers that try to get people to eat in one direction or the other. And I'm going to be honest, I've done most of them. I haven't eaten vegetarian specifically, but I've eaten keto and I've eaten carnivore. And I don't hate either one, but I don't necessarily like either one either. I mean, I enjoy eating a little bit of variety, and it's not required, but I enjoy it. I like to be able to eat a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I don't know if actually eating carnivore, eating all meat would definitely benefit me. I mean, it probably would. At least it usually did when I did eat mostly meat or all meat. But I don't know that it would absolutely benefit me going forward forever or for good. I don't know. I find myself eating ketovore and being the most comfortable because I lead with protein. I'll eat either ground turkey, or if I have burger patties, I'll eat burger patties, or ground beef. I'll eat that. And then I will eat a little bit of carbs and actually even a little bit of sugar. But I try to maintain that whole keto number, like under 100 grams or under 100 grams of carbs, or under, if I'm having a little bit more physical difficulty, I'll try to eat closer to 25 or even 10 grams of carbs. And that does seem to straighten me out. Like, one of the things that I've found, that's a little bit of a side conversation, but I found that when I'm not eating right, my body gets injured pretty easily. If I fall down or if I try to lift up weight that I probably shouldn't be lifting, I'll pull a muscle in my back or I'll pull a muscle in my arm. And that definitely, obviously, it hurts. But the only way that I can really turn that around and reverse that is to fast for long periods. And longer periods of fasting does help me reverse some of those painful things. Like, I fell down I don't know, maybe even a couple years ago at this point. But I fell down and I caught my side on my bedpost, and I didn't think that I broke anything. I still don't think I broke anything, but it definitely hurt quite a bit. After a couple longer fasts, the pain pretty much went away. I'm not sure if that's autophagy or if it's just my body just trying to fight against the damage that I had done. Anyways, back to diet. So the key with the diet is low carbs, high protein, and maybe fiber. fiber being vegetables or fruit. I would be careful of eating too much protein, although see any negative, I don't see anything negative necessarily in eating too much protein, but your body only needs so much protein. And I don't know that my body can tell when I've eaten enough protein. I can just eat more protein, but honestly, usually what happens is I'm just full and I'm not hungry for sugar or any kinds of like carbs or any sugar. I'm not hungry for sugar when I'm full on protein. So the key with eating healthy is eat a protein focused meal. Again, ground turkey, ground beef, or just steaks if you have the money, steaks. I'd stay away from the processed meats. The hot dogs, I did eat a lot of hot dogs at one point, and it really did wreck me. It didn't do me any good. It wrecked me. Um, so the healthy foods are protein and fiber, vegetables or fruit. Again, trying to stay under that 100 or 25 or even 50 grams of carbs is a good target, and it's not impossible to maintain it. And quite frankly, if you have a goal of 50 grams of carbs and that does you well physically, and your body does good with that, if you eat 20 grams of food and then you have 30 more grams that you can potentially splurge on whatever you want at that point. That's what I usually do. I focus on 100 grams of just carbs and protein, but mostly carbs is what I try to focus on. So if I include, I don't know, 50 grams of carbs with protein, that gives me 50 grams of carbs in whatever I want to eat. It could be fruit, it could be, I don't know, it could be cereal bars, whatever it is. It's hard to say what it would be. But that's how I try to focus on my diet, and I keep myself not just focused on my diet, but I keep myself accountable to my diet. That's the hard part for me is if I am still hungry, odds are I'm probably going to eat a cereal bar or a toaster pastry or a Pop-Tart or something like that. And I guess if I have the carbs to eat that, I allow myself, if I'm in my keto, if I'm in my keto diet and I have the carbs to eat it, and I feel like I'll enjoy a granola bar or something, I will eat it. But I'm going to try to get back. I'm going to try to fill myself on protein first. So filling yourself on protein is a good first step to eating. And that'll fill you up and probably keep you from wanting to binge on on the garbage stuff that doesn't do you good. So that's my thoughts on diet and healthy eating. My health has been difficult to say the least. I've still got this tension in my arms and my hands that at this point I'm just eating ground turkey, trying to get the sugar and the carbs out of my body completely, trying to get back to just eating protein only for the most part. And I will add in some more fiber again once I just can get myself stabilized. I've got this thing where my joints are so stiff that it's not impossible for me to get around, but sometimes it's difficult. And quite frankly, when I add sugar to my diet, it definitely spikes my inflammation, I think it is. I think it's chronic inflammation. But when I add sugar into my diet, it definitely spikes the inflammation, makes everything difficult for me. It makes my eyesight worse, and it makes getting around my house not impossible, but incredibly difficult. And that's what I've been dealing with for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, maybe even month, is if I let myself go too much and give myself a break, I end up eating too much sugar, and I love it. I do love it. I enjoy it, but it's just difficult because it causes my body to, I don't totally understand this, but it causes my body to like stiffen up I don't know if it's the glycation or what it is with the sugars that I'm eating, but I mean, I had read that glycation can cause the stiffening, but I guess there's also a lot of things that can cause stiffening in my system that are in my arms and legs that would be because of just fluid retention and just fluids in my body and just saline salt, I guess. I don't totally understand it. But yeah, it's been pretty difficult the last couple of weeks. Not more difficult than it was before, but definitely difficult. I mean, I'm happy that I'm getting around my house a little bit easier. So that makes things a little, like I said, a little tiny bit easier. Not simple because I have to be careful of where I'm walking and what I'm doing. I try not to commit myself to too much of anything because I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually do it or not, which makes life difficult in general. If I have something I need to do, I may get to it today. I'm going to try to get to it today, but I may not be able to get to it till tomorrow. And the crazy thing is, if I do eat too much carbs and my diet gets a little bit off, it may take 24 hours or 48 hours of fasting or just eating only meat to get things correct, which I gotta be honest, I'm not real fun. I don't think that's fun. I'm not real happy with doing that. I'm not happy with myself when I have to do that. If I'm eating only ground turkey or just beef or whatever, I mean, I don't hate it, but I kind of do like to have some fruit or some vegetables or something else. I even like to just eat protein beef or ground turkey with garlic. I'll take a couple cloves of garlic and throw it in with some turkey and eat the garlic. I guess there's a lot of health benefits in eating garlic. Allison, I guess is what it's called. And I guess there's a lot of health benefits in that. So that's a good thing that I can actually eat just ground beef or ground protein, I guess it is. They can ground up anything that's protein and I'd eat it probably. Throw in a couple cloves of garlic and I'm good. Hey, if you have any questions, do me a favor. Leave them below. If you have any thoughts or comments, leave them below. But yeah, I wanted to just post this to let everybody know that I'm doing okay. It's actually not horrible weather right now. There was a lot of rain for a couple weeks, but now it's like kind of getting a little bit nice. Okay, right now it's a little bit nicer. It's actually the one time of year I think where I live where it's not freezing cold. It's not sweltering hot. It's actually halfway decent weather. So I'm kind of enjoying that. The funny thing is, I'm from Florida, and I'm used to this weather up here where I live because I've lived here for so long. But it's the craziest weather. Like during the day, it's 80 degrees, which is nice. It's pretty warm, but at night, I'm under blankets. Like I'm under winter blankets. I don't have my electric blanket on, but I'm under blankets because it's a little bit chilly. Which I mean, I guess that's good for some people. I'm a thinner guy, and I like to I like to be warm when I'm sleeping. So, anyways, that's it. I hope everybody's having a great weekend, and I hope you enjoyed this post. Like I said, if you have any questions, do me a favor, leave them below, and if you have any thoughts or comments, please leave those below too. Hey, for all of you that are subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, do me a favor and please consider it. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much.